Okay, we will start like in a few minutes lah, not too long. I just want to check, can you all hear me? Okay, we will start like in a few minutes lah, not too. Okay, good evening to all the students, and I can see some of my friends, colleagues are here. Thanks for coming, Teacher Tilaga, and all other students. Um, Thank you for joining because I really want to polish some part of your writing skill. That is my intention of having this class. And I hope you all pay attention. If you feel like you can't pay attention much, my suggestion, probably later when you're all right, you are stable, you can concentrate. That time you can actually rewatch it lah. Okay, so let me share the screen. Give me a moment. So if you all have a question later in the end, please ask. Don't be quiet because I may not know what is going on in your mind. Okay, it's better to ask. I always believe a person a person who asks question will survive. Okay, it's mean you're learning. So learning, there is no ending. You cannot say, teacher Prema, you are good lah, you are excellent, you are perfect. Not only teacher Prema lah. You can tell to anybody, but there is no such a person in this world. Learning has no end. Okay. So wait, I don't know. This afternoon, it's like kind of very slow. The system. Everybody is online, I guess. Huh? All right. Give me a moment. I'll share. All right. Okay, so you all can see the screen now. Okay, let's not waste any of our time now. All right, so today I'll be covering on writing an article. All right, so if you see the previous lesson, lesson 2, I cover on how to write introduction only. Okay, the reason I conducted just a lesson for introduction because I noticed all of you can write. I don't deny that. Even all the teachers know that you all can write. But there's one problem, a trouble, which students don't see, but the teachers clearly could see it. Okay, what is happening is when the question says article, you all just write. Okay, if you see your first lesson 2 on how to write introduction, what I notice is student write the article is about. That is not the way to write. Remember, article is a very I'll say it's a content where anyone can read. It's mean your reader will be a big group, a big audience. Okay, it's not referring to one person. So you shouldn't write an article to the teacher, to a Mareksa. Okay, don't have that intention. You just assume you are really writing an article to a magazine, and that magazine will be read by many people. You understand? So your way of writing, your style of writing plays an important role. All right. Okay, so we'll go deep into it. Yeah, I know many students are wishing me good evening, good evening. So good evening to everyone. I cannot see one by one. Okay, a lot of messages coming in. Thank you. All right. So today's objective is the lesson's objective. So what we're going to learn first, definitely the format. Okay. So format is very easy. Even in lesson 2, I already clearly explained. You should have a title. You should have a byline. You know who wrote it or who writes it. Okay. After that, you should be able to outline your paragraph. So after this lesson, it means you should be okay. I mean, I know all of you can do outline, but you should know the what do you call it? The exact way, lah. Okay, the precise way to do the outline paragraph. Okay, outline of the paragraph. What happened is, uh, you all can do outline, but actually you're not doing the outline. You actually basically started to write the essay. Outline should be done within less than 5 minutes. It's been like 2 3 minutes. You put a target. Okay, content one. What is the content? Paragraph 2, what is the idea should be, the first content. Paragraph 3 is the content number 2. So you just put it. For example, you want to bake a cake. Okay, first thing you must talk about ingredients. Second, the pre-steps. And then the during steps. And then the post steps. And then conclusion. Ta-da, the cake is ready and it's good to eat like that. Okay, so always there should be an outline. Doesn't matter article or report or any kind of essay. Even you want to write a story also, it should have an outline. And learn to do outline within minutes, less than 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes. More than 5 minutes, it's mean you're going to stuck somewhere. All right. So third objective is able to write an article, introduction, paragraph. Okay. So as we did in the second lesson, the previous lesson, I teach you how the hook look like, how the background information look like, how the thesis statement look like. So those who just joined probably will be wondering, are your teachers so difficult? If I hear I mean, when I hear the word like thesis statement, what is that, teacher? Okay, try to watch lesson 2, then you will know it's nothing difficult. When you say thesis statement, it's mean the issue. What is the problem? What is the topic about? Okay, so that is thesis statement. All right, so it's just the name lah. So don't be worried about that. Okay, next you should be able to write content paragraphs. Okay, if you ask me, standard lah, standard 3 content paragraphs. Okay, if you write 2, it is okay. For me, it's okay. But I worry you might squeeze the content to be a lack of details. That's what I'm worried. Okay, but if you see the SPM format for part 3, all the questions, not part 3 alone, lah, part 1, part 2 also. If you see the question itself already have the stimuli. If you focus on the stimuli actually somehow rather like talking about 3 content. There should be. So far, I don't see something different than that. Okay, so it should be within the 3 content. Should be, because what I did from based on my research lah, based on this trial paper from different state, I prefer to look at the question pattern rather than doing the revision first. Okay, it's mean you can identify the 3 paragraph contents or what is the introduction. That's what you should understand first. Not dapat soalan terus jawab. It's mean really hebat lah. I'll say really hebat. Super, y'all. Okay, even teachers cannot. All the teachers in this world, I'm not talking about Malaysian teachers, around the world, none of them can write. The moment get the question and write, we have to analyze, immediately do some outlining, and then only we can write. Okay, so and then the last objective is able to write concluding paragraph by summarizing the content. It's mean the content that you write, right? You can able to summarize. Teacher, summarize. You see the word, the moment you hear the word summarize, some kind of shocking effect happening to you. Nothing. You just re-say it in a simple sentence, in a different way. That's all. Okay, later we'll look at it. And then you have to restate the thesis statement. Again, remember, restate the issue. Okay, and then of course, there's one more, I missed this part here. You must put a hope statement. Hope statement means, I hope, no, not like that. Because this is an article, not a letter. You put a hope by practicing these ways, we can overcome certain problem. It's a hope, right? If you practice this, you can solve the problem. If you eat healthy food, you can lead a healthy life. Or if you practice a lot of exercises in your life, what is the outcome? You will be healthy. You will be mentally balanced. Can you see that? So that is the hope statement I'm referring to. Okay, so if you see objective kind of a lot, overall, we're going to learn about how to write a perfect article. That's all. Okay, I just break it to be the sub objectives. All right, let us see. First, let's understand what is article means. All right. So, well, what is not clear? I can hear some messages. Can you hear me? Anyone having problem to hear me? Can someone respond in the chat or what? Teacher Tilaga, can you hear me? Can probably like internet. Sometimes it happens. So good. If you have any technical problem, please alert me. I'll keep on checking on the chat. Okay, let us see. What is article first? Don't treat article as something common. Oh, it's an essay. That is the problem when you want to write. You put the article is about. You put I. You are writing as though you are communicating. Of course, you're communicating, but not verbally. You're communicating in a very professional way. Okay, it should have the style like the readers can enjoy every line. Okay, so let us see what is article. An article writing is a kind of writing that is written to reach a massive audience. It means your audience is not one group, massive. It's generally can reach any age. So how should your style be? So that's where your communicative achievement marks, let me repeat. If you see the CEFR format, they have 20 marks for all parts. So 20 marks they divide to four. Content 5, communicative achievement 5, language 5, and organization 5. So if you are writing in a way that you are commonly talking to people, it is not good considered. It is not an article. It's just a message, a common message. So article means you must have the style. It means you must use good penanda wacana, cohesive devices, linking word. You understand? So all this you must gather now. Teacher, what are the articles as article linkers? There is no such a thing. Or penanda wacana. There is no specifically this one is for article. You must know different kind of cohesive devices which has meaning. If it is something contradict, you must use that particular kind of what do you call it, cohesive devices. Okay, so if you want to talk something contradict, something bertentangan, then you go and put then doesn't sound good. However, then it sounds contradict. So you must know which penanda wacana you want to use, the cohesive devices. So what you can do, just gather a few. You see the meaning. This one used for what? This one used for what? A few. Remember, understand. Remember alone doesn't work. It should come with understanding. All right. And then usually it is published in newspaper and magazines or journals. Okay. You go and read magazines. Do you think people write like how you write during your exam? No, right? So that is the style. Okay. Next, writing a newspaper article or writing a magazine article is not easy. I agree with that. It requires a lot of research and writing skill. But don't worry, SPM question does not require you to do that because they will ask question from your knowledge within your circle of knowledge. They won't ask you to write, okay, today's article you're going to write about a president of Cuba. Teacher, who is president of Cuba? Wait, let me Google. I also don't know. Okay, so they would ask you something very technical, something very alien. Talk about Mount Kinabalu. Of course, we are from Malaysia, right? Mount Kinabalu. Okay, now you ask me to talk, I cannot talk. But if you ask me to go and Google, then you ask me to present, definitely teacher Prema also can talk. So it's not something very factual. it is within your range because your level is A to B1 under CEFR. A to B1 means around your, understanding, but a bit extended to society, a bit extended. It means society problems, the common things like social problems, now online learning, COVID-19, something like that. I'm very sure you know about it, the basic stuff like how you take care, what you're supposed to do, the SOPs and all that. So I think all this something from your own knowledge, not something very alien. Okay, so next. It is written in such a way that it can inform the mass, the crowd, the people who read about about a certain topic. So it means people, the moment they read your article, they can understand something very factual. Okay, I should do this. It should change their mind, not to the extent like, okay, I already read it. All right, okay, it doesn't attract. So that's why your style of writing is very important. Okay? You shouldn't write like a story also. And then the main aim of the writer here is you are the writer, is to bring some differences in the world by changing the views of the people through the article writing. It's mean when you want to put the content, hujah, in Bahasa Melayu we call it hujah. When you want to put your hujah, penerangan, contoh, it should have some kind of strong impact on the reader, then they, yeah lah, although it is a student's essay, like when teacher Prima reads, many times I've come across some kind of pinch, a pinch. Oh yeah, the student is good, can point out this issue. It pinches me. So don't think you're not good. It's only that the way you write. You're writing in a very simple, daily verbal communication. You shouldn't do that. You're writing, it should have the style. All right. So we'll look at it in a while. So let us go. This is the format. You must have a title and then the byline. I know some students sit there thinking for 5 minutes during exam. Whose name to write? Okay, very weird. So there are some students. And then they can ask, teacher, if I write my real name, can? Because, some people has been like given wrong information. Don't write your real name during exam. I don't know why. I prefer to use my own name. Let the teacher know me. Yes or not? It's not about your name. It's about how you write, the quality, the content. Okay? So then here you must have introductory paragraph, content paragraphs. As I told you, standard 3. But what I noticed, the SPM format, all the question, it's going around 3 content. So we stick to that. But I'm not telling there won't be extra. Just understand the question. If the question stimuli has 4 stimulus, then you have to give at least 4. But so far, I don't see that. All the trial papers from different state, I don't see that. Okay? So that's why you have to do lots of practice by analyzing the question. And then lastly, concluding paragraph. So quite very easy. Okay? Report also almost same. So next lesson. I don't want to confuse you now. All right. You're going to write an article now. Okay. This is the question. All right. I think if you follow my lesson 2, you should have come across this question. Okay, I like this question because very recent, very close to us, all of us face the same problem. I think we are able to write. Okay, so this is a part 3 question. You should know what is the number of words, 200 to 250 words. Okay, there is this common question, teacher, can we write more than 250? Okay, you can write. There is no restriction. But remember, the paper is 1 hour 30 minutes. If you're writing extra means you have to put extra effort. Extra time is spent. So when you put extra part 1, part 2, part 3, I think if you put extra part 1 and part 2, extra words, you spend extra time, your part 3, shortage of time. Because the exam paper is designed in such a way. Part 1, 80 words. So you only spend the time for the 80 words. Extra, probably another 10 words. And then part 2, it's about 100, how many words? Can't remember. Oh, sometimes getting very old. Too many things in my mind. 100 something, right? I can't remember for sure. Okay, so if you write more than whatever, 125, got it, 125 to 150. Suddenly it struck my mind. Okay, so if you write extra, maybe 160 or 165. Why I say no, not more than that? Because the question is around that focus only. Why are you attempting something extra which may lead you to go out of the topic? Because there's one part in marking scheme. There is one part you can see under marks 3 marks, 3 marks. There they put for the content. This candidate actually gave some irrelevant information. It means the student attempt to write extra details which go out of the focus. Can you see that? So extra is good, but not extra additional point, but extra elaboration. So don't get confused when your teacher says, bagi extra content, extra content. So don't confuse yourself. It is not extra content. What your teacher meant, I understand so well because I also say that. Content means when the stimulus says, right about like this question, advantage of online learning. You don't give advantage, banyak advantage, not a lot of advantage. You give the first advantage. The extra content is the elaboration, the examples. That's what the teacher meant. When the teacher say extra point, don't write, I'm going to write 5 advantages. You just list the 5 advantages without any elaboration. Doesn't serve any purpose. Can you see that? Doesn't serve any purpose because it's merely listing the content, the advantages. Because an article, it should have some kind of explanation. You want to make people understand like this. Hold the face. I mean, your article lah, must hold the face. Listen. This is the content. So your article should grab that. Can you do that? Think about it. Okay, so let us analyze this question. Huh? You notice this on a website. Looking for an article for our feature on online learning. So just now the format was title. So the title is there. I have some students. You know what they do? Spend 5 minutes there thinking about title. Of course, the question has it. Then some student ask, how if the question don't have title, teacher? Impossible. Then how the question comes? The question title, but you design it. You can take here like online learning, kind of simple, direct to the point, or uh, what is online learning? Also in a question form. So there are many ways. You understand? But it should be related. Don't talk about online learning common taken from the question, not right. There's no such a thing. It still relate to the essay. If I say cooking what? Sweet and sour fish. The title, then I talk about online learning. That one wrong lah. Okay. So if it is related, you're always right. It shouldn't go wrong. Okay. So next, let us go to the detail of the question. Next month article is about online learning. So again, they're stressing on the title. Write an article describing the advantages and disadvantages of online learning. If you see here, advantages, this is what student means. They will do what? They write one advantage, one disadvantage. It's not wrong, but minor information provided. You understand? Kekurangan informasi. Because the question itself said advantages, at least 2. Okay, so what you can do is you can give 2 advantages and then 2 disadvantages. But like your teacher says, give content. What is the content? Elaboration, examples. So that will make your article packed, very professional look, and anyone who reads it sound like an article. Okay, not list them advantage 2, disadvantage 2. Okay, siap essay. So that's where your problem starts. Okay. Next, and okay, there's a no full stop. There's a mistake here. And the ways to manage digital distraction. Digital distraction, as I explained last lesson, uh, how to overcome the digital problems, the disadvantages. Okay, the best article will be published in the magazines. All right, so let us go further. So I talk about outline, right? So this is the outline. So introductory paragraph, remember you must have hook, it usually in the question form. After that, the fact. Usually the fact is not a scientific fact, not statistic always. It's just a general idea which actually many people believe it is also a fact. Okay? But usually what I prefer here is when I give hook question to attract the reader, I prefer to give the fact related to the question. Okay, it's like answering the question, but don't write it like answer the comprehension question. Doesn't work like that. Okay, later we'll see. Okay, and then you must give background information about the issue, online learning issue, and then you must give a thesis statement, a statement about the problem, the issue. Okay, then content you must put paragraph 2. Now paragraph 2, right? Content, first content is about what? Advantages. And then this advantage I put in the next paragraph. And then the fourth one will be the ways to overcome the problem. But what students might do based on the question is introduction, and then second paragraph about advantage and disadvantage. They cramp it. They just list 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Advantage 3, disadvantage 3. They cramp it. And then next paragraph is ways to manage digital distraction. So what will happen? Content looks like 2. This is where you go wrong. I'm not telling wrong in a way that your essay will get 0. It will, the quality drops. What do we call it? It is not an article to inform about the information. You understand? So it is better for you to look at the question and look at the stimuli. So here the first stimulus is describe the advantage, one content. Then disadvantage, it's 2. But what they do, they put it in one question, one structure, where student assume, oh, since it is in one structure, I'm going to put it in one paragraph. Cramp it. Wrong. Okay? And then the third stimulus is the ways to overcome the problem, the distractions. So you have perfect 3 content. So analyzing the question is very important. Okay, so we are done with that. Again, for concluding paragraph, you must summarize the content and then you must restate the issue. What is the issue? Online learning, right? And then you must put a hope. I hope if I see anyone from here doing that, if I can see lah, okay, I'll find you. Never do that. The essay is about, the article is about I hope. In article, we don't put I. You sound like what you call it, speech and letter, informal letter. Wrong. Okay, so use a very formal language here. This is the secret. All right. Let us see the introduction now. All right. So when I say introduction, I was telling about hook question. I like hook question. You know, sometimes hook question, they are not asked to get reply. It is a question to make people think. They call it a rhetorical question. Okay, I don't want to use a lot of the difficult term lah. Rhetorical question. Okay, let me say in bahasa. Okay, nak bagi kepala otak tu faham. Faham tak? Like that. Okay, I think the best people to give full question is our mother. You go and ask, Mom, can I go out for a while to play football? And actually, her answer is no. I think my Asian parents are like that. She would say no because it's very rude to say no. Asians cannot say no one. Maybe, see lah how, like that, right? So the mom will give some kind of question. Do you know how it tastes? Sorry, not like that. Do you know how roti panjang taste? You know roti panjang, right? Rotan. So the mom will have a style to ask. Do you know how roti panjang taste? So you understood already. It's a no. You'll walk away. All right. So hook question. So hook question. Example. Okay, this is not the one. Okay, this is just an example. Later we'll see the question example. Okay, example. in the fast-paced world, we are living a healthy lifestyle without stress and tense? It's a question. They don't ask you to reply or answer the question. So the answer is given in a fact sentence. This is definitely a matter to take seriously, as people are too busy until they neglect their health by indulging into unhealthy daily habits. So it's a fact, but still answering the question. Can you see that? And the background information is you relate to the fact. The essay is going to talk about ways to live a healthy lifestyle, right? Then you give the background information. We should start living a life that could benefit us socially, mentally, and bodily. It's really going to talk about the ways. And then the statement, the thesis statement, the issue. With a good lifestyle practice, we can lead a perfectly balanced life with our loved one. Okay, something wrong. Okay, something wrong. Our loved ones. Okay, so you are giving a statement related to the issue. Okay, now let us go to the online question. Okay, all right. So if you see here, let me get another one more. Okay, give me a moment. I'll get you get another slide to show the example. Huh? Give me a moment. I need to link from the previous lesson so that you all can see it. All right. Okay, let me share my screen again because I need to show another slide. All right. All right. So this is the introduction for our question. Huh? So our question just now about online learning, right? So you just give a rough intro to make people attracted to read your essay. So here, the hook that I'm using here is actually not a question, but straight to the fact. Also, there is a way. It is also a way. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, don't always use question, because it's depending on the content of that question. If you want to use hook question always, some of this topic doesn't work well. So here, online learning, I prefer to give fact. Okay, what I did, I'm going to talk about the demand of learning. Okay, the demand of learning is growing and advancing because of the economic development. Okay, what I'm worried about is now you will talk about online learning because it is because of COVID. No, okay, online learning, it's there. It's not because of COVID only we know online learning. Okay, so online learning is everywhere. If you want to learn something from UK, you don't have to travel to UK now. You can just be online and learn it. So the concept of online learning is there. So I don't want you to bring COVID and tell, okay, now it's online learning because of COVID. It's a wrong fact. Okay, people opt to use online, practice online learning because of economic development, science and technology development. You can talk about that. All right. So don't always cramp yourself, talk about something within the COVID. If not, I would not encourage you that, because if you start to talk relate to COVID pandemic, your content also must always touch on that. Be neutral. be free, and then you can talk about a lot of things at different aspects. So one of the content for advantage is, you can give example, especially now during the COVID-19 pandemic. Online learning has become a handy concept to help all the students and teachers. Yes or not? So you can relate it. If you start with COVID, everything COVID, then it may go out of topic. Right? Then, with the enlarging needs of learning, online learning appears to give not only students but also teachers the greatest chance, greatest chance to perform better in learning. Okay, so you are actually giving another fact. Okay, but look at the fact. Teacher, is this a fact? Yeah, because of the economic development, demand for learning is there. It's growing and advancing. It's a fact. Another fact. Online learning is not only helping the student but also teachers, because it helps them to perform better. Yes, teachers performing better now. I think I never dreamt of teaching student in YouTube. I never dreamt of it, but it's happening to me. I've seen other people doing it, but it's happening to teacher Prema. Teacher, are you good in this technology? No, not at all. Okay, touch and go lah. Okay, not perfectly good at it, but I'm learning, I'm improving. Okay, so it's a fact. So now remember, students, when we talk about fact, it's not always statistic, it's not always scientific. It can be a statement where many people are doing, practicing it. They know it is. All right. And then the background information about online learning now. What is online learning? So it provides more free time and space to both parties, referring to the teacher and student, while traditional learning strictly demands both parties participation at the same time and place. You're giving some kind of information. Online learning, you can, you're free with your time and space. Okay, now today at 4 o'clock, many students couldn't join, right? So they can watch later. Technology, right? But traditional learning, you need to set your time and place. All right? All right. So thesis statement, the issue. What's more, online learning enhances the students' comprehensive ability, as students can access to any online learning platform for real learning experience, although at times students face unexpected digital distraction. Okay, if you see, look at the what do you call it, the thesis statement, I'll show you the question. It relates to the question. I'm talking about the digital distraction. Okay, so go back again to the paragraph. So again, I'm going to stress here they're talking about online learning actually help students to learn. That is the understanding here. Comprehensive ability, as students can access to any learning platform for real learning experience. So if you want to say in a simple language, they can learn better without problem, digital distraction. That is the simple language. What I do, I take some part of the phrases from the question and put it into my thesis statement. So thesis statement is the sentence related to the issue. Must go back to the question and take. All right? You don't have to design your own. You just focus, look at the question, take here and there, then you come up with a statement. That's it. All right? So I'll go to the other slide again. Let me change my sharing. We'll go into content now. So what you can do is when you're free, you just practice just introduction. Take about 3 article question and then just practice article until in bahasa we say like this. Buat sampai kita macam sampai nak muntah, it's mean your day sudah immune. Okay? So you put first jab, second jab, third booster already, right? Same. You practice one, then you do the first practice, then a second practice, third practice. So after some time, you become immune to it. All right? So that's how learning takes place. Okay, we have done the introduction. Okay, let us go to this. Okay, we are talking about the advantage, right? Just now, teacher, the question says advantage. Let me recall the question. Okay. Yes, you see the outline? Yes, the advantages. Okay, let us see what are the advantages. Okay, teacher, how many advantages to write? Remember, this is just 200 to 250 words. Whatever essay I'm going to do now, it is almost reaching 300 words. So don't think about writing a lot. Think about writing content. So what I will suggest is, this is a suggestion, not final say, not the real format or what, or it's a like a must do thing. Okay, I suggest give two advantages and two disadvantages. Teacher, just two only. It's been paragraph content for a first content will be two sentences. That's where you understood wrongly. So when I say provide two advantages and elaboration, it's mean you must have explanation. So the first advantage, content, the second advantage, online learning offers teachers an efficient way to deliver lessons to students. That is your advantage. What is the advantage? An efficient way. So now the example. Online learning has a number of tools such as videos, PDF, podcast, and teachers can use all these tools as part of their lesson plans. Yes or not? You're giving example. Okay, after that you elaborate. By extending the lesson beyond traditional textbook, it means always refer to textbook page 1, today page 2, page 3. The way the student put the book on the table also, I put softly lah. Student usually will throw it on the table and then no mood ready. But now I feel like you love the different platforms, right? Like Jamboard and all that, right? So some teachers are using it. So I can see you all are enjoying joining the online classes, except for the fear of teacher will see your pimples. You all don't want to on the camera. Okay, so don't bring that one into the fact. This is not fact. This is some kind of personal problem. Okay, let's talk about general factors. So the elaboration is by extending the lesson beyond traditional textbooks to online resources. These are the online resources. Teachers and students are able to become more efficient or efficient in learning. If you want to add, okay. Forgot to share. No wonder you all cannot see big lah. Okay, become more efficient. So what happened here is teacher say dua advantage kan. So you dah bagi satu kat sini. Tapi extra information, example and elaboration. If you can follow this, you have a wonderful article. But you must also include penanda wacana, the cohesive devices. So I just give the statement here. What you have to do, add the cohesive devices to show the connection. You understand? All right. So let us go to the second advantage. See how it is developed. Okay. Second advantage is uh, this one I say provide two advantage, not tambah another one more already. Remember, this is the way. Content, online learning allows students to attend classes from any location of their choice. So the first one is efficient way, advantage. Second is they can join the class from any place. I use a simple language now. So, but when you want to write, you cannot put any place like that. Location, it sounds professional, formal. That's why you must know what are the formal word and what are the informal word. Teacher, how to learn that? Teacher, is there a list? No. Start reading a lot of articles. You see how they write and compare with your way of writing. Then you will realize you are actually writing just to inform normal verbal communication. Another thing, some students use this exam platform to show their emotion. You know, a lot of things are happening around the world, politics and all that. Don't bring that disappointment on, sorry, at the exam platform, and then you pour the feelings on the paper. That will lead to sensitive issues. You understand? Have set in your mind. I'm sitting for an exam. I'm going to do what the marking scheme wants. That's it. If you want to pour your feelings, you want to show protest and all that, this is not the place. Okay? That's all I'll advise you as a teacher. Don't use exam as a platform to express. I have come across a few also, but remember we have to show that to the hates. So I have a hate who where I mark my paper. So I be sure if I come across that kind of sensitive things mentioned in the essay, I must bring to my chief, and my chief will check. Okay, this is confirmed. It's sensitive issue. So your marks will be brought down, although you are perfect in your language. Can you see that? So why you want to find trouble? So don't do that. All right. So let's see here. It's mean they can join the class from any place they want. So example. Additionally, online lectures can be recorded, archived, and shared for future reference. We're giving example now. When we talk about example, it's not like talking about example. I like to eat durian, banana, and watermelon. It's not like that. Sometimes certain details are also examples. If you want to give example like ini, itu, dan sebagainya, like that, right? That example is for preschool level, primary school level. Now we're in secondary. You cannot give that kind of itu, ini, dan sebagainya. Cannot. Sometimes fact listed also can be example, or practices, or some kind of ideas. You can list them. All right. Then elaboration for this. This allows students to access the learning material at a time of their comfort. So it's mean they don't have to specifically go to this place to get the information. Okay, anywhere they sit, they still can learn because materials are online. Can you see that? So that is the two advantages. So now let's go to the on to the third paragraph lah. Third paragraph. First introduction, then advantages two, and then now disadvantages. So if you see your two advantages, if you put these both idea into one paragraph, sorry, this one first, efficient way. Second, attend class from any place. Don't you think you can write more than 250? Definitely you can think. But though I mean you can go more than 250. Definitely you can do it. But don't plan from now. I'm going to write extra. I'm going to write extra. No, I'm going to write content. The moment you put content, your number of words will somehow rather go more than that. Okay? Don't think terbalik, Don't think from the bottom to the top. I mean, not terbalik, not bottom to the top. It's like you start from the ending, then only you want to start. Cannot. You must start thinking from the beginning, then only you end it. You shouldn't talk about the ending, then you start. Impossible. You shouldn't think about the product, then only you start the process. No, you must process it and the product comes. All right. So let us see how the disadvantages is written again too. So the content is for many students, one of the biggest challenges of online learning is I didn't put disadvantage. I put challenge. That's what we want. Not always what you see, what you get. What you see, what you get. Okay? You have to play with your vocabularies. Okay, word choice is the struggle with focusing on the screen for a long periods of time. It's mean the screen time. Problem, right? Is a disadvantage. So that is the idea. Now, example. With online learning, there is also a greater chance for students to be easily distracted by social media or other sites. Okay, what will happen when you too much focus on teacher on the okay like now lah. I know some of you already cannot focus really. Yes or not? So what you will do? Checking your WhatsApp. Am I right? Checking your Facebook, Instagram. I can see some of you smiling. Teacher Prima, you can see, can. Okay, eyes everywhere. Right. Okay, so that is an example. So elaboration, therefore, it is imperative for the teachers to keep their online classes crisp, engaging, and interactive to help students stay focused on the lesson. So this means the teacher must have lots of activity lah. So YouTube, it's a bit impossible. Can be done, but today I just want to present and deliver the idea. Okay, I have a teacher. I think you all should know teacher Emily. She does a lot of online activities. Probably I'll get her to have one activity very interesting. Okay, what I like about her activities she gives presents. All right, so whoever can answer got present. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm not a student, I'm a teacher. Okay, so this is the first disadvantage. Okay, let us go to the second one. Okay, second one is However, in an online class, there are minimal physical interaction between students and teacher. So do you agree? You cannot talk much. The teacher will be like right now, blah 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 blah, and blah blah blah. Okay, yes or not? Can you blah blah together? Cannot. Okay, so there are some uh, problems also, right? So give me a moment. All right. So I hope you all can see it. Okay, I can see some question here. Can I put etc? No, try not. It's a short form. It's actually etc. Okay, etc. You cannot put etc. What I will encourage, actually, the word, the phrase for example is actually cohesive device. So use it from the proper language way. All right. So don't simply use things like short forms or contraction. Another thing I want to mention about contraction. When you're writing article, you cannot use contraction. Contraction means like I cannot, right? They cannot. So what you can do, what you will do is I can't or they can't. It's wrong because contraction is actually used for spoken language, but if you want to use in your writing, can for dialogues. If you're writing story, like uh, Siti was in pain. She shouted, inverted comma, I can't stand it anymore. Okay, I sound like Siti already. I can't stand it anymore. Pain, right? Pain, right? Okay. So there you can use contraction, but in a normal statement, cannot. All right. So now you are writing factual essay, no contraction. Like many more. Okay. Yeah. You want to say, I like to eat burger, chicken, and many more. Cannot. Sound very informal unless it is an informal essay. Okay, the best I would prefer is others and others. Okay, teacher article be as easy or review. Okay, I cannot answer that. It depends on your ability. Which one you find it's good and close to you. That's why I tell you, check on your strength. Apa kekuatan kamu? So you must try to experiment, do some experiment. You try review, you try article, see which one is good. Even review also, you're like commenting, you must have some kind of content, not simply sekadar bagi comment saja. All right. Okay, let us go to another part of it. Okay, I have a homework for you. These notes, I'll pass it to you. uh, I'll put under this video, and those in the Telegram group, I will post it in the Telegram. Okay, so what I want you to do is like you try to write the summary of the three content. Okay, just now got three content, right? Uh, oh, sorry, my homework is actually got two. You must write the ways to. I missed that part. I was following it. I missed. Okay, you remember the third content? Ways to manage digital distraction. Okay, give me two. Okay, we can try now. Make it interactive. Can anyone suggest or give two or any other ways, how many ways also no problem, how to manage the digital distraction? It's mean how to face the program, a problem, online learning problem. So just now we talk about disadvantage, right? Okay, if you want to use that also can. Oh, another. Anyone? Can you give me the chat? Abbreviation cannot use. For example, usually abbreviation, you must understand contraction and abbreviation. Abbreviation is KLIA. The long name becomes shorter. Okay, UK, United Kingdom, USA, United States of America. So that is abbreviation. Contraction is a shorter form, or etc. Those are short forms. All right. So don't use that. Formal language for article report, we cannot use abbreviation and contraction and short forms. All right. Can anyone type summarize, or to not summarize, ways to manage digital distraction. Because this will be a homework, huh? Not compulsory, but I wish you all do. Can you give me anyone? Set time. Okay, good. It's mean when you want to have online class, the teacher should set a time which is convenient for both parties. Yes or not? That's one. But that is the content. But what is the example? For instance, the teacher can study at what time students learn better. If it is in the morning, the teacher can set the time of the lesson during the morning session. Okay, during the morning session. If students learn better in the afternoon, then the teacher can plan and set time accordingly. That is for the example. How about the elaboration? By doing so, what will happen? By setting time, what will happen? Both students and teachers can benefit the lesson. Okay? Oh, okay. Very good point. Minimize the interest of using gadgets. So how? You must give example. It's a good point. Minimize. It means the teacher should try to minimize in the interest of using other gadgets. Huh? Okay, block unnecessary. Okay, I'm just reading from students sharing. Huh? Uh, Block unnecessary websites and apps. It means this one should be done by parents. Then you shouldn't talk about the teacher. Then parents also should play an important role where they minimize the interest of using other gadgets. So how? By parents blocking unnecessary websites and apps. All right. And then okay, Eunice says here. Let me show. All right. Opt for a more interactive teaching method. Let me show. Okay. Opt for a more interactive teaching method such as Google Jamboard. Yes, can to have. For students to have more interest in learning, right? Yes, this is one. And then you must give some example for this. Why Jamboard? How it helps. When you use Jamboard, students will be engaged and they will participate in the activity. So the explanation, they won't feel bored. Okay, under parental control. Okay, very good point. So it looks like all of you have good terms. Phrases. That's good. So what is important here is you must outline it. These are the phrases you should list it during your analyzing of question. Okay, discipline yourself. Very good. Manage a timetable and inspect by the parents. Okay, so yes, parents also must play important role in overcoming problems, the disadvantages. Okay, thank you, students. Very wonderful. We go to the ending part now. All right, let me go to that slide. Okay, another homework. I think this will be a real homework. We are not going to discuss. What you're going to do is you're going to come up with one sentence to explain the advantage that you mentioned, the disadvantage that you mentioned, and the ways in one sentence. Teacher, how teacher? Remember, you're not writing a content again. You are writing summary, the concluding paragraph. So, how do you start conclusion? Anyone? How do you start a conclusion? What cohesive device do you use? Anyone? Can you put in the chat? Quick, quick, quick. How do you start the last paragraph? Okay, yes, I can see like this. Okay, let me show the screen. Uh, okay, something's not. working here. All right. If you see here, okay, now let me read. It's taking time. You can say in a nutshell, okay, to sum up, all in all, online learning got pros and cons. Perfect. I like that. It Zirin. Okay, I don't know how to say your name. Okay, it's Zirin says. Okay, let me put it there also. Okay, all in all, online learning got, okay, she put got, I'll prefer has, okay, has pros and cons. Very good. Okay, another common one, in conclusion. Yes, I agree. But don't think, teacher, in conclusion is very common. Boleh kau guna. Don't worry about it's common and not common. You can use. All right? Okay, another one, very common one. Some student put here. Lastly, okay, lastly, also can be a ending cohesive device. But as I told you, when you put simple cohesive devices or vocabularies or word choice, it shows that you only know that part. I mean, that much. Okay, so you want to show that you are good at it, you must know more vocabularies. All right, so you can say in retrospect, also showing concluding effect. All right, so we have more here. Last but not least, okay, but last but not least, you cannot use for formal. All right, I know, don't use last but not least for formal writing. You can use for part one. Okay, to sum up every point. Okay, yes, also can. To sum up every point stated, sound very article. Okay, interesting. Okay, that is interesting. All right, so next, let us see, do we have more? Okay, to summarize, also can. All right, so good, you all are very good. So to summarize, just now I like which one, to sum up every point stated, online learning has pros and cons. So you already put the first content advantage, second one disadvantage into one. Then how about the overcome problem? Can anyone type? No, cannot use. Hina, you cannot use last but not least in formal writing. Okay? Yeah, there is actually a list online, many websites stating that you can check what are the linkers for formal writing and informal writing. There are information. Okay, even there are a lot of videos also. Okay, British Council videos, they actually explain on that. Okay, that one I have to do another lesson on linkers, formal and informal linkers. If I explain now, it will take another 1 hour. All right, so try to do some exploration on your own also about this. Okay, formal and informal cohesive devices. You will get lots of information. Okay, again, um, to sum up every point stated, online learning has advantages, no, the one advantages. We change the word pros and cons. However, these uh, cons or some advantages can be overcome with proper practices. You don't have to tell about the ways, don't state that. Just generally proper practices or proper ways. All right. No matter how situation with us, someone actually posted something. No matter how situation we are, okay, actually there's an error. No matter in what situation we are, we have to make online learning useful. Okay, yes, because you're talking about in whatever situation we are means the good and the bad. We must make use of it purposefully. Yes, in one sentence. So now I hope you all understand. It's mean when you don't say again the content, but you put in a different sentence all in one. Okay, after that, you restate the issue. So what is the issue just now? Online learning has become a demand. Yes or not? My introduction. So you don't use the word demand. What can you say? Online learning has become a anything here? Anyone can help? Online learning has become for the restate of the issue. Anyone? Just now we already done the summary. How about the restate of issue? Okay. This is play safe. Okay, you see, has become a part of our life. Okay, we cannot say our, maybe we can change a bit. Has become a part of student teachers' life. Has become common essential. Yes, online learning, right? Online platforms. Okay, all right. So next is hope. How you put the hope sentence? Has become routine, has become norm, has become part and parcel of teacher, students' life also can. All right. Now let's talk about hope. So here you shouldn't put I hope. No. General statement. How can you say general statement to show hope about online learning? Anyone? Please put in the chat. I'll read out. How can you give a hope about online? If you use it well, then it become a good tool. Anyone? So we can say it depends on the user. If the user uses it purposefully, it is definitely a wonderful magical tool in learning. Yes or not? It is a purposeful, it's a wonderful and magical tool in learning. So that's it. So it's mean conclusion, one sentence summary concluding all the content, restate the issue and the hope sentence. Never begin the hope sentence with I. Hope. All right? Okay, here I can see a few coming in. Okay, let me show on the screen. We all hope that we all hope that online learning can be improving to be better for next generation. Okay, maybe some structure need to be changed here. We hope that uh, online learning can be improved to be better in future, better not for the next generation, in future. Okay, next another one I'll share. I'm glad you all are participating. Okay, maksudnya tak kenal malu lah. Very good. Learning time cannot feel malu-malu. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to hide it. Okay. People realize how much benefit when they attend uh, class. Okay. Here, I think if you want to use this as a whole statement, it's a bit difficult. What I will suggest is we have to edit a bit. Okay. Uh, wait, let me try. It's hiding really. Okay. Rather than people, they better put teachers and students. Okay, teachers and students should realize and understand the benefits of online class, then the process of learning will be smooth. Like that better. It's mean you explain in one. Here I feel like the idea is kind of hanging. All right. So we have come to the end of our lesson. I'll put the slide note in the group. Those who are not in my group, to just join or what, you can actually check this video later in a while. I'll put the Telegram group link below for y'all to join. Okay, there actually we share some materials. This one is for Malaysian student. I can see some non-Malaysian joining us. Good. Learning can happen anywhere with anyone. Yeah. All right. So that group is only for Malaysian students because they're going to sit for the exam soon. So this class is actually for them to help them to improve. All right. So others who want to join, you can please check in a while. I'll put the link. If you can't see the link yet, maybe I haven't put, but I'll definitely put. But the link is there in lesson 2. If you want to join, you can go to lesson 2 and go to the description, the video description there, and click the Telegram group link. All right. So any question, students? Anyone can join, Malaysian student. Okay. Any question before we stop? Before we end? We hope that online learning, okay, someone shared something, okay, never mind, she put the effort, let me show. Okay, we hope that online learning provides, okay, we hope that online learning provide more benefit as well as facilitates the affair of students and teachers. So we have to like, okay, a bit blurry, okay, Vita. We hope that online learning able to provide, so sometimes certain words make it not stable, so you have to put some words there. Wait, let me check. It's already, many people are giving message. It's run off already. We hope that online learning able to provide more benefits and facilitate uh, learning affairs better. Learning affairs between, were learning affairs for students and teachers better. All right, learning affairs for students and teachers. If you say affairs, generally anything. Okay, we are talking about learning only. All right, so good. I'm glad many gained something. I hope. Okay, please do your practice. All right. So yeah, I'm praying for that, Amirul Irshad. You will definitely get flying colors. Okay. When you get flying colors, I'll definitely will be flying here. Okay. Even you don't inform me or what, I believe you all can do better. All right. So stay focused, pay attention. Definitely, you all can. All right. I'll pray for all your success. I mean, all the students' success, and not only you all here, whoever in Malaysia. Okay, do the best. All right, so you'll see again with the other lessons, which can be helpful for you all. Maybe I can do something on review to show how review can be done. All right, so take care. Have a wonderful evening and love you all. Bye bye.